No, it's just Gina right now. Holy shit, man! I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Still talking about lipstick on my teeth.
What? What a performance,
Okay.
man! That was sensational. That was sexual. Basically, all the S's. That's all. Everything that was. Um. Well, first of all, beyond super. Beyond super. The the team that you put together to back you and your voice, did that just come naturally because it all works so smoothly from the bassist to the drummer to the guitar. I mean, everything just like matched you perfectly, and your sound. um
What can I say about that? I mean, I'm basically blessed to have such studly man meat behind me, with the help of Mark, of course, who is the second half of Gina and the Eastern Bloc. And I mean, we pulled Fred, who is an amazing bassist. Sometimes he plays guitar with us, sometimes he doesn't. Sometimes he plays bass and guitar at the same time. So we're like, fuck that shit. We need a guitar player too to make this show beefy as fuck. So we got Nick Nafusi, who's a major animal, and all three of us on stage are just, what, the beef factory? I don't know.
it's a complete beef factory. They say sex sells. You guys must be fucking billionaires by now. It's ridiculous.
Honey,
Trillionaires.
I'm swimming in dollars.
I can tell. Now, you guys just performed a brand new song, completely unreleased. How was that for you guys? I'm going to go to Marco first. How was that to finally unveil something? Because I know like a lot of people like to keep their music a little private, and then when it's showtime, it could be a little intimidating because you have no idea how the crowd is going to react.
Absolutely true. We feel really good about this track in terms of its message, and so I think standing by the strength of that song, I think people will react once they get to know it more, and they'll love it based on not the fact alone that it's just a badass track, but the words. So it takes a while because when you put something out, obviously nobody knows it, so people are like, "What the fuck is this?" But this song has a little less in terms of our material has a lot of backing tracks and a lot of like synths and a lot of weird bells and whistles. And this song is just kind of broken down to more bluesier roots, just guitar, bass, and vocals. So it was exciting to play this song because it's a real pure just rock song. So I think that resonates with people.
And not only that, but as I'm watching you guys on stage, it all looks so natural. It looks like you guys haven't rehearsed or anything. It just looks 100% natural. Is there a lot of rehearsal that goes in through this, or am I just, or is it really that natural?
I mean, I think it's just natural. No, we had a couple rehearsals, but that's not it.
Sorry. This lineup. Gina, myself, and Fred had gone on tour last summer and played a bunch of shows. So we kind of had a little chemistry going, but we brought in a guitar player for this show and then for future shows. So we only had 2 rehearsals for this show as this unit. But there's something kind of cool about being less rehearsed because you're not really, you have to think a little bit, but you have to use your gut more on stage. And you're not you're not polished where you've been on the road for 6 months. So yeah, minimal rehearsal, maximum sex appeal.
Totally maximum. And speaking of which,
Hello there, mister. No, I like rehearsing minimally because it keeps it raw and fresh on stage, and you don't get tired of your own shit, and you're not up there like, oh, I've drilled this song into my brain. It's like exciting that way, and it's putting yourself on the edge and jumping, seeing what happens.
now you guys finished it off with Sippin' on a 40. I saw the video to that. Holy cow. Again, great job on that. If you haven't seen it, go to the YouTube. Make sure you go there and look for them and look for Sippin' on a 40. But as I was watching this, there was one thing that came to mind. and it was, what 40 do you like to sip? Is there a specific one?
Yeah, Old English for sure.
Oh!
I mean, it depends on the era. I would say if it was the 90s, it'd be Old English or maybe Cisco, which is really if you're broke and really, really in trouble. But OE for sure, I'd say, is the one. I don't know what she probably wants, a Budweiser. I don't know what she wants.
What's your sipping on?
I think I go straight up white trash Budweiser.
Holy cow! You guys are anything but white trash. This is something. This is a question that I've been really kind of saving for you guys, and you guys have probably gone through this from time to time, where you're sitting there talking with your friends, and they tell you, you know what? I just don't listen to music these days. Why can't music just have stood, why can't it just stood in this certain genre or this certain style? And it really pisses me off because for me, it's like music has to evolve. Like, you can't just stay in one particular area and be happy all your life. That's what I kind of like about what you guys are doing. You guys are combining this fresh new sound with, sex appeal is always going to be there, but this rawness and this grittiness that you guys are doing, and this hard rockingness, it's something really special that I think you guys are bringing to the table. And I just wanted to open up that discussion on what you feel music is headed towards, or where you think it's going. Not necessarily for you guys, but just in general. Like, do you ever look at that and say, "Oh wow," like, it's looking like it's becoming cyclical again, or what do we have to do to break that cycle? To stand out into the crowd.
Yes, you or me?
Anybody. You have an answer? Let's go with you first.
Well, as far as kind of what your first part of your question was about us being sort of multi-genre or whatever that is. And I think that's just, we don't make any concerted effort to write a song that's going to have a hip-hop slant or have a heavy rock slant or have an industrial slant. We just write songs. We have the luxury of doing it all on our own. I'm a producer. She does some production.
Co-producer credit.
We have a chemistry. We work well together, and we try not to overthink anything. So if it feels good and it is good, then that's that. And I think it's great because I think the younger sort of demographic these days, they don't give a shit. They just want to listen to music that moves them in some way, So it doesn't really matter if it's really aggressive or really mellow or whatever. So we don't really think that way. I think one of these days we're going to wake up and be like, holy fuck, where did this come from? We need the next Kurt Cobain or John Lennon or something. And it's going to happen, especially with sort of the politics going on and social issues. And I think there's a lot of things brewing, and we're going to wake up one morning going, whoa, where the fuck did this come from? And I can't wait. I don't know who it's going to be. Maybe we can help with some of our songs, sort of bring that out of some young kid in Indiana. But I think, to answer your question, I think we're going to wake up one day and be like, wow, there's no cycle, there's nothing. This is what's going on now. Holy shit. We don't know what it is yet, which is exciting. Does that make sense? Or am I just talking about
No. It makes complete sense. It makes complete sense.
Okay, for me, I really don't plan on what style I feel like that day. It all happens with a life inspiration, and I'm like, Mark, I have a song idea, and it goes like this. And then we build it around that, and it could be hip-hop, it could be rock, it could be fucking pop, it could be heavy metal, who cares? It's just like, that's where we have our own power, because we don't try to fit trends or keep up with the new hot shit or be like, me too, I can do your style, I can do it well. No, we just do what we want when we want. I think that's what makes us unique and diverse and pretty fucking cool.
Well, you guys are only expanding and growing, as I can tell and see. Actually, when I found out about you guys, I found out about you guys through another band, and it was really weird. It was this band, was it like Little Miss Nasty or something like that? My friend's like, oh, you got to check out this band, and then they gave you like this plug or something like that, and I was like, oh, well, she's like, you got to check out this Instagram, and I'm like, all right, cool. And then they give you guys like a plug, and I was like, holy shit, they know each other. That's cool.
Yeah.
We know each other quite well. Yeah.
We are the producers of Little Miss Nasty.
Great job. Holy
I don't know
cow.
where that plug came from. Someone stole her phone Obviously, someone stole her phone and like somehow got the passcode.
Than me, but
Little Miss Nessie is a rock and roll inspired burlesque show that Gina created and we both produced that is pretty badass as well.
Beyond badass.
Yeah, well, cool. And, the Instagram is a lot of S words also probably work to describe that Instagram page, but they kind of work together. Gina Eastern Black and Little Miss Nessie aesthetically, actually. So because it's the same creator, so you could kind of understand how that would.
we actually incorporate Sippin' on a 40 within the Little Miss Nasty show, and one girl takes it as a solo. I don't sing it because that'd be weird, of course, but one girl holds it on her own, and it's a show hit, really.
Very cool. For more information on Gina and the Eastern Bloc, make sure to log on to, I have your Facebook, facebook.com/Gina and the Eastern Bloc. Make sure to check out all their videos. I checked out like 2 or 3 of them. Or I went to your YouTube and I was like, I gotta digest more. This is great.
By the way, we have a video and a single that's going to be coming out probably in May or June. A new track that really is multi-genre and really badass. It's called Money Yummy Like Honey, and so we're putting the pieces together to get that distributed correctly and put out on our label this time. So that's happening right now. So we're excited about that. So be on the lookout for that in May or June-ish for sure.
Definitely. I will be definitely checking you guys out, and you have a new fan on the Facebook. So even though I do follow you on the Instagram, but
we have Instagram too, Gina and the Eastern Bloc.
Check it out. It is very cool. Thank you guys again for agreeing and to come to this.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, lastly, this is an art show, so I wanted to know what your favorite pop art is, or do you have a favorite pop art in general, or like a favorite like character,
or just in general? Contemporary. I mean, look, I don't want to be. I'm going to say Andy Warhol or Basquiat, but that's just going to be like, oh, of course. Julian Schnabel's pretty badass. I'm from New York, so I grew up with some of their I guess their spawn. But Damien Hirst, I was talking about him yesterday. Okay. I went to his house in New York about 15 years ago, and he had fetuses in jars, and it was oddly disturbing. But fuck, man, that's original. That is original, yeah.
Now, that's a music video, by the way.
That's not pop art. That's just Damien Hirst. He's his own guy. Gina, what do you?
I really don't have an answer. I guess I'd have to say Gina and the Eastern Bloc.
There it is. Your new favorite pop art. Make some pop art. Just go there and it'll sell, I assure you.
Oh my gosh. Actually, I could pimp out a really great artist, up and coming. Her name is Aya. And she does all of our artwork and actually illustrated our next music video that Mark was just talking about, Money Yummy Like Honey, coming out. And she is the new pop artist of our generation.
I don't know. I can't pronounce her last name. I don't know.
Aya Eliza.
Yeah. There you go. Great answer.
Go check. Yeah.
It's modern. It's modern, bitch.
Go check it out on the YouTube, on the Google, on the internet. Thank you guys again for coming on. Really appreciate it. All right.